Hey, what's up guys, Phil here, and this is a review for the Perlesmith speaker floor stand, model number PSSS6.
You'll receive 4 metal posts, a pair of threaded rods with 2 male ends, a pair of threaded rods with a male and female end, 2 tube base caps, 2 tube connectors, an accessories pack with hardware, stabilizer feet, and mini wrench, 2 small top glass plates measuring 7 3/4 inch square, 2 large glass base plates measuring 11 3/4 inches square, and have 4 threaded posts in the corners on the bottom, and an assembly guide. To assemble, start with the glass top plate and flip it upside down. Then take one of the threaded rods with a female end and screw it onto the metal disc on the underside of the top plate. Next, take one of the rods with 2 male ends and attach it to the rod you just installed. Next, take one of the metal tubes, paying attention to which end has the opening for the speaker wire, and drop that over the rods with the opening towards the top plate. Then slip a plastic connector onto the end of the tube. Now take another tube section and install it with the hole for the wiring facing the opposite end of the stand. At this point, you can feed your speaker wire through the tube assembly by dropping it through the top opening and retrieving it from the other side. Next, take one of the glass base plates and turn it upside down. Decide whether you'll be using the hard metal spike feet for soft or carpeted flooring, or the rubber stabilization feet for hard flooring. I'll be using the latter for my floors, and these simply press onto the metal posts in the corner. The metal spike feet will screw into them instead. To attach the base plate, you'll need the nuts and washers from the accessory pack. The lighter colored washers are nylon plastic, and these should go against the glass, as they are softer and will help prevent damage to the glass when tightening. Place one of the tube end caps onto the open end of the tube, making sure the metal rod goes through the hole in the middle. Then place the base plate on, feet facing up, and drop the nylon washer, metal washer, and thread on the nut. Tighten with a wrench until snug, but be sure not to overdo it to avoid cracking the glass under too much tension. Then repeat these steps for the second stand. All in all, each stand takes only a couple of minutes to assemble, and once complete, feels sturdy and stable, without any wobbling or looseness. The completed stands can each hold up to 22 pounds and are 28 inches tall from the floor to the top plate surface, making them the perfect height for 12-inch tall bookshelf speakers so that their tweeters will be at ear level when the listener is seated. You can optionally install the included foam isolation stickers to the top plate if your speaker housing will sit directly on top. However, since my speakers already have metal isolation feet on the bottom, I'm going to skip this step. One thing you should be careful of is that your speakers will basically be freestanding on top of these stands, and for me, the metal isolation feet from my speakers on a slippery glass surface means that my speakers are susceptible to sliding freely. They also overhang the front and back of the top plate by about an inch, and have only 4 tiny points of contact and a small amount of clearance to the edges of the plate. The stands weigh about 8 pounds on their own, so I have to be super careful about bumping into them to avoid knocking the speakers off. Be wary too of things like pets or robot vacuums, as these could jostle or shake the stands enough to send your speakers tumbling. So you may want to secure them using blue tack or another temporary adhesive solution. The look of them is really clean and modern, though placing a media console between them would help hide some of the wiring to the receiver. But it's great that the wires in the back are fed through the stand tube so that they're not visible. The height of these positioned our Martin Logan bookshelf speakers perfectly for us to get the best sound quality for our home theater. Do be mindful that by design, your speakers sit atop a slippery glass plate, and you may want to take extra steps to secure it. Though if your speakers are out of the way in a low traffic area and won't be disturbed by pets, kids, or robots, they should be pretty safe. Overall, for a budget set of speaker stands, they do the job of getting our speakers to the right height decently, and their assembly was super quick and simple. They can be used on both carpeted and hard flooring by simply changing the feet and have a plain but clean and stylish look. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put a link to the product in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me next time.